Hello and welcome to Coffee Talk. This is 5 things we learned about Manchester United's 2-1 win against Sheffield United. Number 1, the midfield is still a problem. We tried a completely new combination that we haven't tried yet before in Amrabat, Bruno and McTominay. And we still got ran through. From the opening game versus Wolves to today, we have been ran through at times against very low quality opposition. That is still the same. In that first half, they would pick up the ball and it would be as if we didn't have any midfield. On the counter-attack, they would be at our back four. There was one man in midfield, it was Amrabat, and he would get overrun. Casemiro in the past has been overrun, and that's one of the reasons why fans thought we needed to bring somebody else in, somebody like Amrabat. I would have thought that Amrabat would have had a better chance of dealing with that. He has a lot more mobility than Casemiro now, but Amrabat still wasn't able to deal with that. We got overrun by the not just low quality opposition, by the lowest quality opposition that you're going to meet in the Premier League. Number 2, Onana's improvement. Now, was this a completely flawless game by Onana? Were shots coming in and I was completely confident that Onana would save it? That's still not the case. I still worry when there are shots, even from long distance, against Onana. And there were still sort of saves that he made where he'd push it back into the danger area when he could sort of push it out wide. There were saves where he made shots like that long range effort in the second half where he starts to go one way and then comes back the other way, where he's made that look like a very good effort when another keeper might have just, stepped to the side and just saved it, and you wouldn't even think twice about it. But his distribution was a lot better. I can't think of a time where he gave away the ball. I'm sure he did, but I can't think of a prominent time in my mind. Certainly not in a dangerous area where he gave away the ball. So distribution, why we signed him, was good. Coming out and collecting, I think he's been good since the start. At sort of commanding his area and coming out to collect the ball. I think there was a time where he took out Johnny Evans, really brave goalkeeping, catching the ball up high. That's something that De Gea never did. But shot stopping, at least they didn't go in. Marginal improvements. But I think he will get there, and he's showing signs that he'll get there as well. He's taken responsibility for some of his poor performances, looks, which is what you want to see. And yeah, he got his body behind the ball. He might have pushed it through into the danger area, but it is signs of improvement there for Onana. Number 3, Harry Maguire's resurgence. I have been very critical of Maguire. I wanted him sold in the summer, and there's been times, especially when Harry Maguire was captain, where I just wanted him gone out the club, and he was starting to actually affect my enjoyment of watching United, because he was the captain, he had captain's privilege, and he would constantly play no matter how shite he would play. And then after the game, he would come out and he would not accept responsibility for his poor performances. He would always put it back onto the team, even when he was making individual errors. Okay? He would say, okay, yeah, we didn't defend well as a team when my guys made about 3 mistakes that have led to goals. So my frustrations were understandable. However, in this new role of Harry Maguire, this season, he has been called upon on numerous times because of our long injury list. And I think the captaincy getting taken off him has actually, it might have hurt him, but I think it's helped him. Less eyes are on Harry Maguire. He is no longer on the captaincy. And you could say it's the captaincy curse because Bruno Fernandes this season has not looked the same player, given the captaincy sort of on a full-time basis. But when he's been called upon, Harry Maguire, he's been excellent. Excellent. There's only a few minutes where he came on in that against Arsenal, where both Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire, which is very difficult to come on as centre-back, especially when your centre-back partners also just come onto the pitch. I think then they're the only minutes in which we're a little bit suspect this season. But apart from that, he's been brilliant. And there's a lot of people say that he did not deserve man of the match on the weekend. Well, who did? In attack, we were very poor. You could maybe give it to Delot. It has to go to a defender. And I think Harry Maguire defensively was the best of the bunch. It was better than Johnny Evans. Defensively, it was better than Delot, but I could understand giving it to Delot because he whipped it in the top bins. I mean, the game winner. So for me, it was Harry Maguire or Delot. I'm fine with it going to Harry Maguire. And I'm here for the resurgence. I no longer, this season, it might be different against City. We face some lower quality opposition, although we've made them look high quality. It'll be interesting to see, and I wonder if he will start against a team like Manchester City, because he has been our best defender in recent weeks. Varane has come back. Will it be Reguilon's coming back as well? Will we see Reguilon, Lindelof, Varane, Delot? Will that back four return? Because before this run of good games by Harry Maguire, that has been our preferred back four. Or will we see Harry Maguire retain his place in the back four because he's looked so good in recent weeks? I don't know, but I am here for Harry Maguire's resurgence. All I want is the best for Manchester United. And if Harry Maguire is contributing to the success, quote unquote, winning games at Manchester United, then I'm here for it. Number 4, we rely on moments of magic. Number 4, we rely on moments of magic. Now, this season so far has been very Ollie-esque in the fact that we don't play with any identity. We move the ball slowly around the box. We're very slow build-up. We're not very direct, and we wait for something to happen. No player sort of forces the issue, especially against a game like Sheffield United, a team like Sheffield United, where you expect Manchester United to be constantly creating chances, clear-cut chances. That is not the case. We lack identity. We have problems in every single area of the pitch. Individual errors in defence, although recent weeks has been better. Midfield get ran through. Well, that was a point that we've already mentioned. And then lack of creativity in attack. Manchester United lack identity. And Ten Hag still doesn't know his best team. This time, Mount was dropped. And we had a midfield 3. So we still don't know our best team. And we are 9 games into the Premier League campaign. This isn't a poor start anymore. You know, we're almost at, we're at probably, 3-4 games off being a third of the way through the season. This is not a poor start. This is more than that. United have just been poor this season. Manchester United, we haven't won a game in the Premier League by more than 1 goal. We haven't convincingly won a single game. We haven't looked comfortable in a single game, and we've faced some low quality opposition. The only game in which we've looked dominant and been an easy win has been a Carabao Cup match, 3-0 against Crystal Palace. That needs to change. And the good thing about it is we are still not far away we are 1 point away from 5th, 6 points away from top. That is crazy considering how bad that we have played. And that moves me to my next point. We need a miracle. Next up, in the Premier League, I've been trying to avoid the fixtures, but it's undeniable. We are facing Manchester City next week. It's fair to say we cannot play how we have in every single match this season. If we were to put in the same performance of any Premier League match we would so far this season, all of the 9 games, take your pick, select any of those 9 matches, pick the best one, we would not beat Manchester City. Because the performances, even at our best this season, have not been good enough. Now, that needs to change in a fantastic game to start improving, to start with, to springboard our season with a good performance would be Manchester City. But Manchester United, if we play to our capabilities, if we play at our best, I don't think currently we would be able to beat City. It is at Old Trafford. I would be more confident with it being at Old Trafford if we still had our amazing home record intact. But we've seen in recent weeks, we've seen Brighton come and beat us. And who was the other loss? I can't think of off the top of my head. But we've been beaten twice in recent weeks at home. It's not good enough, and we don't need a miracle as such. We need to be playing. We need to play a lot better. But we've had no evidence of where that is going to come from. That has been 5 things that we learned against Sheffield United. Give me your thoughts. Give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel. It is still a very young, youthful channel. Could do with your subscribe to make it look that little bit healthier. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow morning for another coffee talk where we'll be doing a Manchester United versus Copenhagen preview. And of course, I'll be live for that game as well. So do join. I appreciate the Declan. Thank you boys for watching, and I'll see you next time.